In some bacteria, the membrane folds inward to increase the surface area. These invaginations are also called mesosomes. These inward folds of the plasma membrane significantly increases the surface area for crucial metabolic processes like cellular respiration and photosynthesis. Eukaryotic cell membrane. Eukaryotic cells such as plant cells, animal cells, fungi, and intelligent